Hello there, welcome to Brunch with Brooke, where I meet the hottest UK and US artists. Welcome if you just joined us. With me today, I have a much acclaimed entertainment artist, and he goes by the name of Razor. He's a Northwest-based rapper, and Razor makes his return to the limelight, and he stopped by the station to chop it up with me and see what's good. He brings with him a new sound, and he's ready to serve it up lyrically. Welcome to the platform, Razor.
Thank you.
Hey, Razor.
You right?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you.
Right, it's really nice to have you here, actually.
Glad to be here.
Yeah, I've heard so much about you, and you're doing a lot on the music front.
Yeah.
So I would like to just delve into that and find out what's going on that front.
Yeah.
So thank you for taking time out to be with us today. Right, let's just get down to it. You've had a busy 2019.
Yeah.
You've been on every platform, and I just want to find out a little bit more about you, and where did singing and the inspiration to rap come from? When did it start, and how did it get going?
It basically started when my brother,
Okay, no, it's fine. These things happen, quick call.
It's actually Mumsy. It's actually him. Actually, I started when I was like 11. Like my brother's friend, he used to come to my house, and he used to bring his tapes.
Okay.
But he used to rap to like House and Garage, so House and G at the time.
Right.
So it was just a thing where I used to just go there, and like when he used to bring his tapes, I used to just listen, and that's what inspired me. Like he used to always do like storytelling and music and stuff like that. So that's when I kind of heard that, and then I just started when I was going to school, instead of like listening to the teacher. Sometimes I'll just
writing, and putting pen to paper.
Exactly.
Okay, so obviously, you've been doing this for a while.
Yeah.
So at what point did you the things actually really just start to take off? At what point did you decide this is what I want to do?
It was like 2010. I think I met a few people. I met like Rich 32 at our New Year's Eve party in 2009, and he's like one of my biggest like inspirations as a rapper.
Okay.
So, and then I feel like I was getting certain signs to pursue music. So, started 2010. I just started doing open mics, like any events that I could get my hands on.
Sure.
And then just took it from there. I never looked back. So I just kept sending emails, like that sort of thing.
And just putting yourself out there.
Putting myself out there,
Okay, cool.
And then it's like a snowball effect.
Yes.
And then just things just keep coming. And sometimes even when I think back or I look back, I think like to see where I was then to where I am now, it's just a massive
difference.
Yeah.
So at what point did it take off? At one point did it just, what was it that made everything kind of blow up, and you knew it was time, it took off?
There was always signs through the years. So like in like 2011, I had one of my videos that was on the channel AKA rotation at the time.
Okay.
And the way I got that was just like the cameraman that I was using, he worked for them, so he was like sending your video, so you sent it, and it started getting played, and I started getting recognition from that.
Okay.
And then I had my first video on like Link Up TV in like 2011.
Oh, love it. I'm going to get to that. That's brilliant.
And then throughout the years, I was still like doing shows, performances. Then I got nominated for Official Mixtape Award.
Okay, wow.
As Best Newcomer 2012. So these are like, I feel like stepping stones that gave me signs to continue to do what I'm doing. That makes sense.
Yeah, no, totally.
Yeah.
Okay, so I want to talk about all of these, different platforms that you did get recognised at, because you have an impressive back catalogue.
Thank you.
Okay, right. So I refer to you as almost a lyricist and a storyteller, and for me, that's something that made you stand out. Would I be right in saying that you are a storyteller?
Yeah, 100%.
In your style, and just tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, that comes from, like I said, my brother's friend. He used to bring his tapes, and he was like storytelling. So I was inspired because when he used to like rap, he used to like paint pictures in my head.
Right.
And then so I grew up, like my era, my generation is more like lyricism anyway. So I grew up with like my older brothers, like listening to like the Nas, the Method Mans, so then I naturally had that sort of like being sprinkled on me.
Okay, I love it. You've actually been linked to Cadet. In your storytelling. So is that, you know, is that a joy? Is it nice to be linked to somebody so distinguished like that? For his style.
Yeah, obviously, like R.I.P. to Cadet. You know what I mean? But I got a song with him that I done in 2016, 15.
Brilliant.
It was. So it obviously I've done a song with him and to know what he went on to achieve before his death was obviously a good
I love it. I love it. I want to talk a bit more about that. Right, so your accolade includes, last year was a big year for you. Right, you have been on BBC One Extra. You have been picked up and played on the radio. You've been co-signed by Mr. Jam, Nadia J. You've had a headline show. You've had 8 music videos. You've been a busy guy. You've done projects. You've been on Linked Up TV. Would you say that's the point where everything just started to happen for you? And what was it like being co-signed by Mr. Jam as well?
Definitely. It's, what it was with Nadia J, that was like probably the start of it, because I kind of not gave up, but I stopped doing music in like 2018.
Sure.
And then I just thought I want to, you know, continue, but just not have any expectations.
Right.
So when she played it on her show, to me that was just like, wow, like, you know, instead, because I wasn't putting pressure on myself. So when I stopped putting pressure on myself, I felt like all these things started coming. Do you know what I mean?
Was that the moment you felt like,
I felt like finally recognized? Definitely. And then when because I was going to do my headline show anyway, so I done that, and then even like Ori Styler from BBC Radio London, he invited me for an interview on his show like 3 days after my launch.
Sure.
So to me that was just like, whoa, this is actually like working and picking up.
I love it. You know, you've made it when you get co-signed by somebody like that, when people are picking it up, and you know, you've been co-signed by Mr. Jam, and you know, he's a big deal. Was it the moment where your songs are played on airways for BBC One Extra and you were like, okay, I'm the business?
I was more like, do you know what it is with like this being stuff like being played? I'm grateful for it, and it's just like I see it as a stepping stone as well. And it gives me more motivation because I don't want this to stop.
Right? Yeah, I mean? We're going to talk about that. Now, you are a hard grafter. You know, I must say, I don't see any. You put so much effort into what you do, and you never stop. You know, despite all the accolades and all the things that you've done last year. Am I right in saying that you don't feel like you're not stopping anytime soon?
Do you know the thing is, another thing with the BBC being played on there, it's amazing. But another one of my favourite rappers called Gets. He recognised a song called that I done called Thinking Out Loud.
I want to talk about that.
He commented on that, and I feel like that's probably what's given me the biggest push.
Oh, brilliant!
Because it's like obviously I appreciate the BBC like playing my music and stuff, but with Gets like acknowledging my song, like I always used to think like, I wonder if my favourite rappers have heard me rap. You know what I mean?
That's right.
And for him to like acknowledge it, it's just like, wow. So that means I'm definitely, you know, doing something right.
Something right. Congrats to you for that, actually. I do want to talk about that, you know, because the song, the much acclaimed song that you have is Ride With Me. Ride For Me. And, you know, there's a lyric in it and it says, if I was broke, would you still ride for me? I want to talk about that line. You know, what's the message behind it?
It's just like, obviously, song's called Ride For Me. So it's just like a woman that is just by your side, like whether you're rich, poor, broke, whatever, will she still be there to just be like, I've got you, sort of thing. So
oh, that's brilliant. So we're not going for the girls with Gucci. When you're broke, there's no by your side. That's exactly. The one, right? Brilliant. Okay, so you know, honestly, it's a great song. And what I like about you is that, you know, you're a storyteller, and with it comes visuals as well. Do you make it your business to make a video for every song that you release, and why?
Not necessarily, but with this project that I've done, because prior to 2018 I was doing music, but I'm gonna say, even though it was working for me, I kind of was aimlessly putting stuff out. So I'll record a song and then by the next day I would want to push it or release it. And I felt like this time, because I took a year out to like reinvent myself and create myself again, I felt like I needed to just take more time with it and push it out properly. So with this project, Diamond in the Rough, that I've released, I felt like, I don't know, I just feel like I need to, I've done 10 songs for the project. And somebody's just telling me just to do a video for all of them.
Oh, please do, we're waiting for it.
Because it's just, I feel like everything I've released as a single, there's been something to it. Like with Ride For Me, you know, that was played on the BBC.
That's right,
With Thinking Out Loud, like Gets commented on it. Even with the last one I released last Monday, I was on Judy Love's show.
Yeah, that's right.
So after every release, I feel like there's been some sort of, you know what I mean, something good from it.
Oh, that's brilliant. I almost feel like it's a trilogy, as you So there's clearly like a process to it.
Of course.
Where do you get your inspiration from? And does breakups and drama in your life help create material for your songs?
It does, but I think inspiration, it's like, it does help drama and stuff like that. It does help me create, but also it's just everyday life. Like it's not just always drama. Like anything could happen. Like, I could have a conversation, like for instance, I could have a conversation with you right now. And then maybe in like 3 years or 6 months or a year, I could write about this conversation I'm having with you. I don't know yet, but it comes from just, you know what I mean, being, just living.
Brilliant.
Just living.
Right, you know, honestly, you're doing so much at the moment. I want to know, what are we looking for? What can we look forward to this year from Razor?
We can look for, well, I've got another video coming out next month. That's with another artist called Clicks. So that's coming out, we're gonna push that out. Got 2 more videos I want to release off Diamond in the Rough as well. And the guy on Ride For Me with RD Mills. Not with RD Mills. RD Mills, that's on Ride For Me, the song with me. Me and him are planning on doing a joint project.
Oh, brilliant.
So we're working on that.
Oh, amazing. So there's lots to just 100%. See and to follow you up on. Well, good luck with all of that. We'll be watching and we'll be following you. So everybody, thank you for spending time with us today. So everybody, that was Razor. If you do want to catch Razor, you can head to IG and you can catch him at Razor Artist, and you can follow everything he's doing. So that's Razor. He's got a lot for you guys this year, and he is representing lyrically on the UK rapper front. So thank you very much, Razor. So you can follow him on that. You can follow me on Brookie244 or Brooke Writes. Till then, stay well, have a great week, and we'll see you again next week. Bye-bye.